They've called me, yeah.
Pretty much the mayor right here.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I just want to let people know, like, what is your journey? How did you start out? You started out rapping as a young kid or what?
So absolutely, yeah. I started out when I was 14 or so. What really happened was I got jumped. Me and a couple of my buddies did, and I had no outlet for that. I couldn't go get the kids. You know, I know exactly where they were. So I was like, you know, I've been doing the poetry thing kind of for a minute. Let me try writing a diss track. Because I wrote Tupac's Hit 'Em Up.
Wow.
I wrote a diss track to these guys that had jumped me. That like I said, couldn't pinpoint who they were, but I had to get it out of me somehow. Usually I went and beat them up. You know, those Southie kid. I went and beat people up. They said something or did something to me. I couldn't do that, so that was my outlet.
Okay.
And from there, I just fell in love with it. Always was into, like in school, creative writing.
Okay.
So I was writing plays and shit at 10 years old. Not great ones, but I was writing stuff, you know.
That's amazing.
And then fast forward today, I'm in the middle of writing a movie. I've been writing it for a year and a half now, kind of, but...
I know what you're talking about, because you told me a little about that.
But, you know, that's the fast forward. Like I said, though, I started at 14. That way, it was getting something out of me, and then I realized I could use this to hone anger, pain, sadness, love, whatever. And couldn't get me away from the fucking pen and pad at that point.
Nice. So you were just walking around like with your notebook with you writing rhymes?
Yeah. Like the I Tried video, Talib Kweli, you know, you get the little kid writing always at his book on. That was me.
Okay.
Always walking around my book, and I was white dude from Southie, and back then it wasn't as racially sensitive or whatever. So I was kind of an outcast too. So I had a whole lot of stuff to write about, a whole lot of shit to get out of me. I mean, that's where it all began.
Right. So you start. That's how you still got into rap first, you know. But DJ, I know you're a great DJ. When did the DJ come in?
That came a lot further down the road. After like almost 5-6 years of rapping, I was just like, beats cost too much, studio time cost too much. So I decided I'm gonna do that shit myself.
Right.
I pirated the programs I needed to make beats, to record myself. Started doing them poorly. Graduated to getting better, and then the same thing, transitive property there with that is DJs cost way too much. I know because I charge way too much. But so boom, get me a little board, get me a virtual DJ program or whatever. Okay. Almost 10 years later, I'm a drunk DJ. Right. Highly wanted, I guess. I have a crap load of gigs coming up.
That's amazing. That's what it's all about. That's why I said, like, everybody loves you and respects you. So I just really wanted you to tell the story, like, because I first found out about you from Still Ill Radio. Right. But from what I understand, you were doing your thing long before that in radio. How did you first get yourself into radio?
That's a funny story. I was unemployed, Craigslist looking for a job. And I saw a radio opportunity. I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what's up with this, because no one else wanted to hire me for whatever reason. So I went downtown, met John Loftus, who was the owner at the time of Unregular Radio and unregularadio.com. They used to have Hemp Fest and all that stuff downtown. For that big concert, they brought out Styles P, they brought out Onyx, they brought out Redman, Method Man, you know. I was there for all of that. But yeah, so I met up with John, said, hey, honestly, I was looking for a job, I found you. How can we make this work? He said, honestly, I'm going to need you to pay me to start off. So, you know, you pay your dues at first and whatever, but I got my airtime. They loved me. It started getting better and better. They started paying me, started getting sponsors. But that was really, like I said, rapping since 14. And then 2010, I get the radio gig. And it felt like overnight, maybe within a month of the gig, we had 20,000 viewers every week.
Wow, within a month?
Yeah, exactly. Of starting up, because what I did was I was the rapper for the rappers that just happened to have a radio show. So I was putting everyone on, you know? Okay,
so you just put on basically everybody that you knew that was in your scene that you were rapping with.
Yep. So it started off me and my boys. I was interviewing my buddies who rapped or maybe acted or do whatever, and the show really wasn't a radio. It was a radio show, but it was me talking to some buddies, and then it turned into me finding new friends in the industry, you know. And I met Smiley, Sick with It. I don't know if you know him or not. Smiley from Roz is a good dude. He put me in like my first big group. flooded out back then.
It was a rap group.
It was a rap group. We did rap. We had videographers. We had like a little bit. It was like a media group or whatever.
Cool.
But I was like the DJ, the radio guy, and then rapping was my third in line there, kind of. I was the DJ for all of them for the most part. But I met a lot of good connections with that. Mike Boston and him.
Oh, wow, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Sheik, we were talking about earlier. Millie's I interviewed back then twice.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, like I said, just made a whole lot of really good connections doing that. Now it's kind of just flourished into now I couldn't count on 5 Facebooks. You know, the amount of people that I have communicated with, worked with within the industry in some sort of way, whether I'm helping them with a show, DJing for them, interviewed them, I'm ghostwriting a lot of people's courses and stuff like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I have a project coming out called Captain Hook, because I've been doing that for a minute, just kind of helping people out. A lot of people, they can write verses, they can't write choruses so much, or they just don't have the time. Like, I got bars, I can't think of the fucking catchy part. I got you. You know, hit me up for hooks. But I got a project on the way called Captain Hook, where I do every chorus on there, every hook on the project. I get people like Sandro Castro, B Fam, Chaz Ray, D Griffey, and maybe 15 others on there. They're all filling out the verses for me.
I like that. I've never heard of anybody doing that. I've never heard of anybody doing a project like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Very excited. It's a DJ Khaled-ish concept. I'm going to do the chorus in every song instead of yelling on every song.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so that's wow. That's a lot. So now, like I said, I first heard of you Still Ill Radio.
Yep.
So now, how long did that last? I think a lot of people know you from that, but you are doing your own thing though.
So yeah, a lot of people did. I did meet a lot of people through Still Ill, and still doing Still Ill Radio and being a rapper and a DJ for them. I don't deal with them anymore. That's a whole different story. But it is part of the story. So, you know, I never shy away from talking about anything. Things just didn't work out with them guys, which is fine. That's just how it goes. I found that groups are really hard to keep together. That's why I'm not, like, I'm in Focus Doing Media. We're a group, but I'm my own entity within that. I don't do let's do a group thing. Me, you, and you, we're rappers together, and there's always going to be ego or whatever.
That happens.
It kind of happened, same thing, because it was a big group. It was 8 of us, 9 of us, something like that, you know? Everyone doing their own little thing, some more than others, and then people resented each other for it, and one thing led to another. I don't deal with them anymore, but best of luck to all the guys. 100%. But yeah, I did take from that a lot, like learn from a lot of that, like some process I just talked about there, and good ones, like, you know, met great people, learned how to do a lot of things, like technically wise, and like on the computer and stuff like that from a couple of dudes over there, and some people I met through them. And I met awesome people like my boy Black C, I just have someone else, like Chaz Ray, I actually met through them too. I met a lot of people through them, that I may not have come in contact with, and now I'm good friends with. You know, Chaz is one of my best friends right now.
Yeah. That's what's up. So then you moved on back to doing, you had the podcast, Fully Focused Podcast.
Yes.
Which you were doing for a minute.
Yeah, so I brought that back because like I missed the radio so much. And then Still Ill Radio, Fully Focused Radio on Still Ill Radio was kind of taken from under me, if you will. Which is one of the problems that led to everything. But, so there was a fucking empty spot right here in my heart that needed to be filled with me talking to a microphone for extended periods of time.
That's what you do, and you're great at it.
Thank you, yes. But that's absolutely right. I love attention, I guess.
It's a gift. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can host a radio show.
Exactly, and I love to entertain. That's more than anything. It's more so I love to entertain than I love the attention. But I needed to fill that void, so I was looking everywhere, couldn't find anything. Finally, my cousin found this warehouse where we just kind of rented it out, bought some equipment, and shot our own shit. And we just did it. And then unfortunately, after 30 or so episodes, COVID shut us down, as did the rest of the world. And then we even tried when the world opened back up, the whole warehouse was basically gone. There was no one to speak to try and get it back.
Shut down.
Yeah, and we've been looking, if anyone knows of a place that we can do our podcast at, please let me know, because we've been looking since. it's like places that are affordable all the way out in Lawrence at closest, or if we're in the city, it's not even close to affordable.
Right.
So it's really, really hard to find a location to do it at right now that isn't one of our basements. And we've had studios in our bedrooms and stuff. We know that turns into it being the hangout room, or it's not it's no longer professional setting.
Because you've leveled up from that. You know, that's where you began, but you've leveled up from that, so you're not going to go backwards.
Exactly, 100%.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I'm not a bust. I wouldn't say backwards. I might sidestep a little bit. I'll go in someone else's basement, and we can use their basement as our professional setting. But I can't do it at my house or one of my boys' house because it will just turn into less of a professional atmosphere, more of us shooting the shit, smoking a couple blunts. Yeah, exactly. Which is fine because that's what my podcasts usually are, is me hanging out with a friend or someone new and getting to know them or seeing what they've been up to and making jokes and then, getting little tidbits from them in between.
Yeah, but you do it professionally though. You're good at what you do. You're very good at what you do. Yeah. And so you've been doing the whole drunk DJ thing. Tell everybody about that, because I tuned into that, but just let everybody know for people that don't know.
So I do drunk DJ on my personal page. I go live. Seems like 4 nights a week at this point, which is not good. The gimmick is me getting drunk and DJing. But it started off literally me bored at home. I had this new computer 2 years ago. And I was like, I can go live from here. And I would do it. First I started doing it on my phone, actually. And I realized I had the computer and I could go from there, and it was just better quality. And then it graduated over the years to me figuring out how to put graphics in. So now I have pictures, I have the ticker at the bottom, everything like that going. And I'm just, for the most part, sometimes I go on there and just play whatever I feel like, but sometimes I'll go on and I'll have a theme, you know?
Yeah, a lot of times you have a theme.
Recently I did WWE's Money in the Bank. Then so I did a Money Themed episode after Money in the Bank was done. Things like that, Halloween time just carries on or whatever. So sometimes I have a theme, but sometimes I get on there and I'm like, I just need to play music loudly right now. And if anyone listens and wants to comment, that's awesome, but it's for me for the most part.
Yeah, for your own satisfaction.
Yeah, getting it out of me. Especially like during the pandemic, it was huge. That's when it went from once a week to 3-4 times a week sometimes, because it was just, there was no outlet for me to just go play music. I had no gigs, no clubs open. It was rough. So I feel like and a couple people hit me up and told me, hey, this helps me out through work and just through the fact that there's nothing else to do right now. It's like a nightclub on my phone or whatever.
Something, that whole situation was crazy to shut down.
Yeah. So, I mean, pandemic sucked, but it did kind of help my my DJ career a little bit.
There you go. You did what you had to do.
Yeah, because once these clubs opened back up, I was immediately
all
DJs, DJ gigs all the time, especially Sammy's Patio. Big shout out to Sammy's Patio. I don't know if you've been there yet. Since they've reopened, they've redesigned and they're only going from there. Sam is telling me about big plans he has for the future. Probably can't say on camera, but I'll tell you about them later. Just know that he's looking to class that place up big time.
The thing I appreciate about you is I love your do-it-yourself attitude. Like everything has been just do-it-yourself. And I feel like people need to learn from that. Like, if you have any dreams or any ideas, just do them. Do them with whatever you have available to you.
Exactly. Yeah, I never had money. Still really don't. And that's what always has been. I mean, my new song Ramen Noodles that's out, this video on Facebook because YouTube hates me and won't let me upload it because sample or whatever can't clear. But that's kind of one of the underlying themes of that is like the first couple words of the verse is 7 years old, ramen noodles on the stove, had to figure shit out on my own. Boom. It's whatever I had in front of me, had me a fucking pack of ramen noodles, $1.50 pack noodles. Mom and Dad were busy, so I figured it out. All right, make the water hot, put it in, boom, make do with what I have, you know? So it's always been a big theme. Always been a big theme in my life and how I carry myself.
Nice. Okay, so, and like I was saying, I love your do-it-yourself attitude. You're always dropping projects. I know you just recently dropped your album, Penny for Your Thoughts?
Yeah, Penny for My Thoughts.
For your thoughts.
And that's as DUI as it gets, do it yourself as it gets. So that project technically took me 8 years to complete. I just didn't know over the 8 years I was putting a project together. I was putting these songs together and I would kind of throw them in the back burner or whatever. Put one or two of them out over the years, but for the most part, they were just on my computer. And then recently, I was like, I need to put a project out. It's been a minute to put anything out. And I did like 2 or 3 new songs. I was like, wait, this song's still dope. Oh, this one still works.
Yeah.
So I brought them all back in. Those songs were recorded, like I was saying before, in my bedroom, sitting on my bed, click record, and you start to make like, you know, like that with a sock over it type deal. Like, like those days.
Yeah.
And then like, so there's stuff from that quality all the way to professional studio quality in the mix there. And that project is, it's funny you mentioned that. I used to bring my sign with me that I'm holding on the front of the thing.
Not the cover of that. Explain the cover of that album. I love it.
So the cover of that project is me at a bus stop looking a little dingy, and I got my a sign made out of my Corona, the back of the Corona box that says "We'll rap for money," which that is an actual homage to the sign that I use in the video. I mean, the picture is an actual sign that me, my boy Swag, my boy Ty used to bust out in between school.
Really?
We'll rap for money downtown, you know,
wow.
make a couple dollars, get some McDonald's maybe.
Yeah.
And so that's why the intro to the album is a skit where it's me at the bus station. And it's that. Hey, everybody, come talk. Yeah.
I love it.
Come here, be right, and I rap for them, and, you know, people give me money, whatever. That's kind of, it's a true story.
I love that.
And the album brings you on a bit of a journey from being broke and needing that to the idea of being so rich that I can be in the club throwing 100 bangs, you know, like my song Miss Miyagi. And that's like it gets into like both ends of the spectrum of thing, more so the not so rich.
Right.
But like I said, when I talk about there's 1 or 2 songs really that I'm like egregiously like, I got money when I really don't.
Right.
And those are really, towards the end, it's really supposed to be like either hopefully a premonition, but more than anything, it's like the dream, what I see when I go to sleep and wake up hoping to not be broken still. But check that out. It's on SoundCloud for free. That's going to be my last free project, most likely. I mean, I'll put stuff out on Spotify and stuff like that. You can stream them, but that's the one that I just put up because it was, like I said, beats that I couldn't find the credits to the producers for because it's 8, maybe 10 years old. Because the song might be 8 years old, but I might have been sitting on that beat for 3-4 years too, you know. So that one was like, there was no way I was going to be able to clear every song on that, knowing that it was just a ragtag group of songs that I put together over the years. But so the next one's going to be official. I'm buying all the beats. This one's called Captain Hook. We were talking about it a little before. I wish I had a better memory to shout out everyone that's on, but let me try. I know I got B-Fam, Apex, K-Smooth, Sandro Castro, Alex the Artist, Chaz Ray, T. Griffey, and there's like 4 more on there I can't think of. But be on the lookout for that. I'm doing the chorus on every single song. We got a little bit of everything on there. I got a Pop Smoke sounding song, almost, where I do a Pop Smoke sounding chorus. And Sandro Castro's going to do a verse on that. Brandon Grimes might also throw a verse on there. Yeah, I haven't actually done that. Discussed that with him yet, but, you know, I will after this. But, and then after that, and a party song, TikTok songs, you know, a little bit of everything in there just to show my range. I even wrote a couple singing courses for Alex the Artist. So the main thing of this project is, 1, showcase my friends and other artists I know's dope verses that they have, dope bars that they got, showcase my hooks, and then hopefully down the line, don't be ashamed to buy a hook from me, guys. Don't be ashamed to buy a hook from anyone. It's okay. You're not buying verses. I'm not selling verses. I don't even sell features. I'll do a feature with you, but you're buying the hook. You know what I mean?
But like you said, some people can be great lyricists, but maybe when it comes to hook, they can't come up with a catchy hook, and you gotta have that hook.
That's what Captain Hook is here for.
And I love the album cover. The album cover.
So album cover is it's real simple, but it's clean. It's white, cloudy-ish background, and it's like a almost toy-looking Captain Hook right in the center, kind of popping out, and then the Captain Hook letters popping in black and red, and I put Focus to Immediate in the Disney font.
I thought it was cool.
Nice little touch, I thought too.
I thought that was cool.
I also made that cover. I make covers, I make flyers, I make show mixes. I do literally, if you need anything done musically or creatively, if I haven't done yet, I'm to probably go figure it out that week. You know, I just started doing album covers and flyers. Like album covers maybe a month ago, and I've done like 3 of them. One for my boy Clint, what's his name, Shorty Bang. That shit's dope. It's out now. I'll send that to you later. I did my joint. I got one for Sandro Castro coming out, and a couple covers for B-Fam. But I only started doing that a month or so ago. They're coming out good. So, like I said, if I feel like I can benefit from learning how to do something, probably going to be able to do it at least pretty good.
Right. Because you're giving your all to it.
Yeah.
You have a lot of integrity. You're not going to put out something that's bad.
That's exactly. Exactly, 100%. Except for some of those songs on that project that were recorded in the bedroom.
That's when you were just starting. So I also know, like, you host a lot of events. You put on a lot of shows. I know you hosted events like with big name artists as well. Yeah.
So over the years, I mean, I already hosted some Terminology, but I'm DJing Terminology show September 17th at Sam's Patio. The week after that, Focus Twin Media and Underground Network were bringing out Hell Rel. Slots available. Hit us up for that. Tickets $20. But over the years, I've done stuff for My Son, Onyx, Redman, like I said, hosted. Styles P, I hosted that show. Jim Jones last year or the year before, I guess, the last available year that we had. Man, the list goes on. I can't remember all of them, but I used to have it like literally written down just so I could be like, oh, good for me. little pat on the back. And it was a solid 20 artists. I don't know why I can't think of them all off the top of my head right now. It is, But over the years I've been doing that, and that's the other thing too. I'm an idiot for. I always have the mentality of, I don't need to go get a picture with these artists because I was there that night. What do I need proof for? You know, why am I going to bother him? And then I'm like, man, all the other promoters do it. I just always felt like a bug doing it or something, like a bug in the
I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
No, they absolutely, that was it. It was me in my head 100%, but now, like, I wish, I see, like, these promoters like, a collage of all the things that they've done or whatever. I don't have that. I have flyers that said the kid hosted or whatever. But I want to make it a point to start doing. I also don't like myself in pictures. It's the other thing. But you know. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that now.
You should. I mean, that's like your resume. That's your work that you put in, and you should be. Everything is so visual now. Social media, people got to look and see. Boom! Oh, you worked with so and so. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Exactly. Like I said before, the way I looked at it was like, I want to be a fanboy. This has worked for me, and it's worked for them. So you know, I'm not gonna go to my employee at say McDonald's. Go, hey, selfie. I mean, I might, but you know.
But that's great. And you're not even worried about it because you know you're always going to have more shows coming up. So
exactly. There's always new shows. The real ones know it already. You know, I've had multiple, especially recently after these couple shows, multiple like OGs, the real ones. I'm not going to name drop, but come to me or inbox me after something and go, hey, I see you. You're really grinding. You're a real one. I'm doing like graphics and stuff for a couple of these dudes now because they're like just off the strength of your hustle and the fact that you're out here, like you said, not looking for attention, but you're doing the shit that we're catching our attention.
And you've been putting in the work in over all these years. I mean, since you were 14, and that's really what it takes. You know, I appreciate you for that. I appreciate your hustle and your commitment to hip hop and hip hop in this city and elsewhere too. You know what I mean? So, like, what would you say to people if they're just like coming up, anybody, like if they're coming up rapping or they want to DJ or anything like that? What kind of advice would you give them?
So, specifically if they're doing it out here, have blinders, have blinders in your ears. I mean, get deafers, I guess. Mufflers, there you go. Because there's a lot of noise saying you can't, you shouldn't, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that to do it. I was too short, too light, didn't have the skill. I was too everything, or not enough of whatever for the longest time. And now you got OGs like, yo, you're the one right now, you know? So, most definitely, I mean, like I said, I pinpointed to Boston. That's everywhere. People are going to tell you you can't, you shouldn't. You there's not a chance. It's a dream or whatever. If you fucking love that shit, you have passion for it, do it. If you feel, feel doing something you love. Yeah.
That's not even failure. I consider success is just being able to do what you love to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what it is, and you've been doing it. So you're a success.
I appreciate that.
But you have the love. Like that's what I'm saying. Like everybody loves you. Everybody respects you.
So when it comes to like that, when they say respect is better than money or love is better. I'm the richest guy in the world in Boston. I have very, very, very minimal amount of people who don't like me, and most of them it's not for a good reason. It's not because I was being an asshole or this, that, the other. It's they don't like that I'm winning, maybe, or whatever the situation is. I don't have enemies because I was an asshole, and I can hold my head up high and sleep good at night.
More projects coming up. Let everybody know like where they can find everything to work on.
Well, firstly, shout out to everyone at Focus to Win Media. This is the prototype shirt, but we got shirts coming out soon. Focus to Win Media is myself, Swag Strong, Apex Life, and B-Fam. And I mean, like I said, it's not just we are a couple artists, but we do that. We make graphics. We're getting into doing videos and stuff like that soon. We're writing movies, writing all kinds of stuff like that. Writing ghost writing for people. Anything that you need, media-wise, entertainment-wise, we can offer it. Like I said, if we don't offer it yet, we'll figure out how to do it. Shout out to my boys, help me out with all that. Another big shout out to Underground Network, Chaz Ray, helping us bring out Hell Rel on the 25th of September. At Sammy's Patio. I'm going to be DJing and probably co-hosting that night. The week before that, on the 17th, at Sammy's Patio again, is Terminology. I'll be DJing that. Shout out to Raph Ace. Hit him up for tickets and slots. I still think he has a couple available. What else do I have going on? Captain Hook project coming out soon. No date yet because I'm literally getting in studio now with it, but I sent out the song to everyone a while ago, so it's going to be get in the studio, get it done. So hopefully it's out within a month or two. On SoundCloud, I still get that last project, Penny for My Thoughts. And then I'm at Sammy's like 80% of my life lately. So just go there and you'll see me most likely. If it's not a gig that I have, I'm there singing karaoke for
So like any artist that are interested in performing, they should hit you up.
Absolutely. Hit me up on all social media, Tim O'Connor on Facebook or Focus to Win Media. You can hit us up, and all four of us, we do all the booking and all that stuff. The Kid focused on everything else. THAKIDD, FOCUSED, one word. Everywhere else. Twitter, IG, Snap. I think that's it.
Right. Thank you so much, Tim, for coming on Trill TV. This is my boy. Follow him, check him out, and you're the best. You're the best. I appreciate you.
Fully Focused podcast coming soon. We don't know where, when, or how, but it's coming.
Thank you for tuning in to Trill TV. You know where to find me. Pam's got Trill TV on YouTube.